The Camacho Ada campaign asks all our supporters to vote on the Republican side of the ballot on Election Day. From our friends Felix Camacho and Tony Ada for governor and lieutenant governor, Jim Moylan for delegate to the U.S. Congress, and our 15 candidates for the Guam legislature. Vote Republican from the top to the bottom. It all begins with you. You have to get involved with the process. That's how elections are won.
I'm Felix Camacho.
And I'm Tony Ada.
And we approve this message.
Half a day. I moved to Guam 23 years ago, living paycheck to paycheck just to make ends meet. Through hard work, I was able to build small businesses, not just to sustain my family, but also to provide job opportunities for our island. But I want more for Guahan. I will use my experience to strengthen our economy by promoting affordable housing, food sustainability, and foster growth for all businesses. Together, we can make Guahan stronger from within and set new standards for our island. I'm Bishu Mendiola, and I approve this message.
Half a day. I'm Tom Fisher. Here's the harsh reality. A trip to the grocery store for the basics, eggs, bag of rice, butter, can of Spam, milk, costs almost $30, and that's just 5 items. The cost of living continues to grow, but the money doesn't. We need to roll back the business privilege tax to reduce Guam's cost of living, and I will make that happen.
Vote Thomas Fisher for senator. If you want different, vote different.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
I'm Elaine Tamanyel Johnson, and I'm voting for Joe S. San Augustine. Woo-hoo!
Afade, guahon si Joe Mesngun. Kugagagaham du Toru, para un fanbota si Joe S. San Augustine para senador.
Half a day, I'm Crystal Augustine. I'm from Malesu, and I'm voting for Joe.
Ako si Winston Ilisito. Iboto natin si Joe San Agustin for Senator. Mabuhay!
I'm Senator Joe Shimizu San Augustine, and I approve this message.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kandit's Daily Crime Report. I'm Johnny Rosario.
And I'm Danielle Baza.
We have good, better, best.
And MVP. Well, actually, they're not as bad as...
They're not, but we're just, we got to get it out there. We got to show you their pictures, You know the drill here at Kandit. Today, these are yesterday's and today's. These were charged in the magistrates. Let me remind everybody that we read, everybody's picture that goes up there is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So, we are, and these are public documents. Anybody can assess it and read it, and yeah. So, let's begin.
So on or about October 9th, 2022, Officer Santos responded to a report in the East Igana area of a woman walking in the street with a bottle of beer in one hand and a small child in her other hand. The report indicates that when Officer Santos arrived at the scene, he observed a woman identified to be Christine Giovanna Ratchelap walking in the rain while holding the hand of a small child. The report further states that Officer Santos observed the defendant drinking from a bottle of beer while walking alongside Marine Corps Drive. The report states that the child was later identified to be 5 years old. Officer Santos' report further states that when the defendant saw him, she and the victim ran across Marine Corps Drive and narrowly missed being hit by a vehicle. The report also indicates that when Officer Santos confronted the defendant, she had bloodshot, watery eyes and was acting as though under the influence of an alcoholic substance. Officer Santos contacted Child Protective Services, who took custody of the victim. Based on the foregoing, there is probable cause to charge Christine Ratchelap with child abuse as a misdemeanor.
I'm trying to imagine this in
Her
my
smile,
head.
or
No, I'm
buzzing?
I'm on the road, I'm drinking, I have
with my kid.
I'm just no.
Wait. October 10th. That was 2 days ago. A Monday?
Yeah.
A Monday on what time in the?
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it must have been daytime, right?
Yeah.
If they were able to see that clearly.
Okay, next one. On or about October 9 at approximately 3:20 p.m., Guam police officers responded to a terrorizing complaint at a residence in Dedito. The victim reported that her boyfriend, Thomas Joaquin Munoz, threatened her. The report indicates that the victim and the defendant reside in the same residence. Earlier that day, the defendant and the victim argued. During that argument, the defendant became angry and started throwing and breaking items throughout the residence. When the victim told the defendant to leave her and their children alone, the defendant then threatened to stab the victim with a knife. Well, the victim was in fear that the defendant would carry out his threats against her. One of their children confirmed the victim's accounts of events. According to the report, the victim appeared to be sobbing at the time of the police's arrival, and that she told officers that this is not the first time the defendant was physically and emotionally abusive to her and their children. She added that the defendant is under the influence of drugs. The report indicates that the defendant was advised of his Miranda rights and that he had acknowledged and waived those rights. The report also indicates that the defendant admitted to arguing with the victim, that he had threatened to harm the victim with a knife. The defendant also admitted to using methamphetamine. Based on the foregoing, there is probable cause to charge Thomas Joaquin Munoz with terrorizing and family violence.
The next one, I think that just reminds us to be vigilant in locking our doors. Because on or about October 10th, 2022, officers were dispatched to Delales Loop in Jigo. The defendant, later identified as D.M. Hernest, was found on the ground with 3 other males surrounding him. One of the occupants, the victim, Jenny Manarias, told officers that she observed the defendant enter the residence through a rear sliding door and sit down at the dining room table, and started to point at her while shaking his finger up and down. The victim and 2 other female occupants reported hiding in a bedroom and locking the door before calling 911. The defendant tried opening numerous doors within the residence. The occupants informed officers that nothing was in disarray or stolen and that they were not injured. One of the witnesses informed officers that they had searched the defendant for weapons and found a cigarette pack containing an ice pipe. The pipe was tested for and yielded a presumptive positive result of methamphetamine. Based on the foregoing, there is probable cause to charge D.M. Hernest with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance and criminal trespass.
So this guy just maybe wanted to hang out, or I don't know.
I know, right? Well, wait, when they said shaking the finger up and down, is it like this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right,
I'm just...
Oh, like this, right? Girl. Got to know.
Okay, next one up. On or about October 10, officers were dispatched to the residence in Manilao to remove an individual from the residence. When officers arrived at the residence, they met with victim 1, who informed them that he wanted Jonathan Mantanonia removed from his apartment. The report indicates that the apartment is rented by the victim, and for several weeks, Manzanonia had been sleeping there occasionally. The report adds that the victim has repeatedly told Manzanonia that he is no longer welcome there and to stop coming by. The report also indicates that another individual, victim 2, also lives in the apartment, and that both he and victim 1 have major medical issues. According to the report on October 10, the victims were in their apartment when Manzanonia started banging on the windows and door demanding to be let into the apartment. Victim 1 told Manzanonia he is not welcome, but the defendant then managed to break the door and force his way into the apartment. The report also indicates that victim 2 told Manzanonia, quote, "Hey bro, victim 1 doesn't want you here anymore. You can't be here." The report states that Manzanonia responded by saying, "Shut your mouth, old man, or I will make you sleep forever." Victim 2 told police that he was in fear for the defendant, what the defendant could do to him. The report indicates that police observed damage to the apartment's exterior door consistent with it being kicked in. The report indicates that both victims told police that the defendant has been told on numerous occasions that he is no longer allowed to come into their apartment, but he ignores them. As a result of the victims' medical issues, they both expressed to police that they are terrified of the defendant because of threats he has made to them. Based on the foregoing, there is probable cause to charge Jonathan P. Manzanonia with criminal trespass and terrorizing. Very good, Manzanonia.
Just push your way in. You got it.
We're done?
Yeah.
We are done.
Done.
I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Have a great day.
Drive safe. It is hot out there today. Yeah.
Yeah, after the crazy flooding yesterday.
And Troy is really upset with
Guam Water Doesn't Work Authority.
No, he changed GWA's name.
I love it.
To Guam Water Doesn't Work Authority. So, check out Troy's post on his personal page. Yeah.
Is it on his personal?
I think, or I don't know.
No,
I think it's on Kandit.
Yes,
oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay.
So I shared it. It was just too funny.
I don't know why they always have to fix the pipes there, and then it's never fixed. Right? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
I think they need to start doing things in phases. Like, okay, today this is what we have to get done. Like, do a checklist. It helps.
I don't know. But that's the same area for years.
Over and over?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Have a great afternoon. Be safe, and God bless.
I have different goals as I age. I want to be stronger and healthier, but it's gotta fit my lifestyle. I can't spend all day in the gym and it can't be crowded. So here at CrossFit Pizza, I have all these different options for fitness, and the people are really nice. The atmosphere is inviting. It's like family. GovGuam employees and retirees, sign up today for CrossFit Pizza for free when you choose Take Care as your insurance carrier, and for 50% off if you choose Select Care. It's an investment you'll love.
Half a day. My name is Marianne Mana Silva Tyron, and I'm running for a seat in the 37th Guam Legislature. You might remember me from my media days, as I spent over 20 years covering news here on Guam. More recently, I served as a senator in the 31st Guam Legislature and as the deputy administrator of the Guam Economic Development Authority. I've always been an advocate for businesses and for building a strong economy for our island, and over the years have worked to create new laws that help to increase business activity and develop new industries on Guam. I've also created legislation that helped to improve access to government services. If elected to serve again, I will continue to focus on improving the economy, because I believe that building a strong economy will allow us to better address critical needs in public safety, healthcare, and education. This general election, I ask that you give me one of your votes. I'm Marianne Mana Silva Tyron, and I'm number 12 on the Republican side of the ballot.
Right now, we are seeing a rise in energy prices. We feel it at the pump, at the store, or each time we get our CUC bill. This is causing everyone to make difficult choices. Businesses are having to increase prices or reduce hours. Families are having to choose between keeping the aircon on or putting food on the table. Lieutenant Governor Arnold and Mayor Dave's commitment to our Commonwealth is demonstrated through their 30-plus years of public service. Their experiences have allowed them the opportunity to personally interact with our community during their most difficult moments, and for that, they have a better understanding of the needs of our people. The CNMI needs leaders that will promote policies that create jobs, grow paychecks, and improve the economic security of the CNMI businesses and families. We hear you, Marianas. It's time to get this government back in order. This election, please vote Arnold and Dave.
Half a day. I'm Tom Fisher. Here's the harsh reality. A trip to the grocery store for the basics, eggs, bag of rice, butter, can of Spam, milk, costs almost $30, and that's just 5 items. The cost of living continues to grow, but the money doesn't. We need to roll back the business privilege tax to reduce Guam's cost of living, and I will make that happen.
Vote Thomas Fisher for senator. If you want different, vote different.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
Hafide, I moved to Guam 23 years ago, living paycheck to paycheck just to make ends meet. Through hard work, I was able to build small businesses, not just to sustain my family, but also to provide job opportunities for our island. But I want more for Guahan. I will use my experience to strengthen our economy by promoting affordable housing, food sustainability, and foster growth for all businesses. Together, we can make Guahan stronger from within and set new standards for our island. I'm Bishop Mendiola, and I approve this message.
Half a day, dear people of Guam. I am Peter Santos, and I am running as a write-in candidate for the Attorney General of Guam. It is absolutely no secret that on Guam, there is a violent crime crisis, and criminals are not being held responsible because there just aren't enough trained and qualified prosecutors. Prosecutors are highly specialized attorneys, and not just any attorney can be a good prosecutor. I really wish I could say that the crisis that we are experiencing at the prosecution division at the Attorney General's office under Lieutenant Camacho is unprecedented. But the sad reality and the harsh truth is that we've been down this road before with Douglas Moylan. Both Levin and Doug have driven away good prosecutors. If you haven't been able to decide who's worse, Levin or Doug, in this election, there is another option. Me, Peter Santos. Write in Peter Santos for Attorney General of Guam. I am the only candidate that has been a GPD officer, a prosecutor, a magistrate, and a defense attorney as well. I am the only candidate that has been in the trenches and rose through the ranks. I am the only candidate that is a common citizen without family interests in big business. I am the only candidate that can fix the crisis that we are in and provide a safer Guam. Write in Peter Santos for Attorney General. Thank you. Si Diyos maasi. Maraming salamat. And Kilisong.